spinning the wheel. Which will we play today? This is
Whoa,
it is dated weather. It is.
We manifested.
Wow. They are replicating this plot right here. This is Dayton weather, and it's long. This is a very long plot. But this is temperature through a year in 2014. And so you can see there's a lot of different elements here. You got some sort of line elements, you got some sort of range, some sort of variability elements, and then of course like that overall trend, which may or may not be smoothed. So they got a lot of stuff to work with here, plus a lot of different annotation, a lot of colors. So in terms of visualization, maybe on first glance, it might just seem pretty tame, but there's so much going on in terms of different elements that I think it's actually going to give them some problems in terms of the accuracy here. While we have taken a look at the data viz, let's take a look at our 3 contestants tonight.
John Edwards, Spritecoin University.
Tan Ho, Pumpkin Carving University.
Sam Kirshner, self-employed, entrepreneur, high divide investor, Spritecoin enthusiast.
Thank you,
John, what are we working
contestants.
in?
I'm in VS Code and I'm programming in Julia. My plan is to do this using the Makey.jl library.
All right, awesome. We got a Julia. We got, oh wait, Tan, I didn't see. I knew you were in Positron, but what were you using? I think he's working in R.
Yeah, R, for sure.
And Sam, let's snoop on Sam. Sam's in our studio.
Oh yeah. All 3 contestants here, very familiar with the stream. One of them, a co-conspirator on Nick Wan's Indianapolis Colts, which was a big dateable team, which was an honorable mention 2 years ago and unranked this year.
I'm liking that Tan is starting with his plot height and width already. I have never done that. I'm wondering if that's something that he already had in there.
Yeah, 10. Just trying to aggregate some of this stuff down first for sure.
He's parameterizing, which is fantastic. So he's got his, like, he knows what the plot title is, he knows what the subtitle is, and he's just setting those as parameters first, and he can use those in his code.
Which makes so much sense because sometimes people do forget that writing all that annotation and trying to get that all correct gets you a lot of points.
Yeah. At least getting it in the right place, too.
Going over to John Edwards' screen, we do see in chat from Avery. Avery, from the last competition, he said, I just showed that stupid data viz to my wife and was like, look what Nick made me do. What does it even mean? And she saw it so easily. The angles are always the same. The size of the ellipses are percentages of positive, neutral, and negative.
Yep. Yeah, that's what ChatGPT calculated as well, was proportions.
And John does have like what looks to be the right line graph trend that's unsmoothed. At least one piece of it, and so that's pretty excellent when it comes to just getting going in the first handful of minutes. They have 40 minutes chat, and they are left right now with under 26 minutes to complete this. And John is flipping some stuff, and it's getting into some semblance of the graph. And taking a look at the reference here, and really zooming in to see those elements. Remember, it is details, like noticing that some of these grid lines, there's that subtleness to the white grid lines that are on top of the lines here. take a look at Sam Kirshner's screen. Sam doing... he looks like he's definitely all in here in the dplyr and tidyverse world, and he is separating out his code in into aggregation side and then into plot side. So he's identifying all the elements first. This is not too different than what Dami did in the last episode here.
Yeah, it's a good strategy.
Yeah, put everything on the board and see what happens. That got her all the way to tie for first place. We have 16 minutes and 20 seconds left, contestants. 16 minutes, 17 seconds.
This one's gone by faster for some reason than the last one.
Truly in the details for this one. I feel like we're watching, like, people speed aggregate.
Right. Yeah, John's gonna have to give us a lesson in speed aggregation because he got stuff in super quick, and now I think that he's got an edge because he's able to just work on refining. He's able to be working on those annotations, getting his colors dialed in. Yeah.
I'm using the Greg Matthews school of data aggregation, which is I'm kind of making up the rules as I go along. I'm hoping that this is how they're aggregating it. It looks good enough, so.
That's all that matters to the tan bot.
John definitely has 3 of the most critical elements here. He has the variability both in that darker hue and that lighter hue. And then he has that line that runs over the top of that variability, the highs and lows for each day. And then he has convert those months into actual strings.
All right, he did it. They're in order. They're right.
But look at the size. They're all squished together, Libby.
I think that if he makes his plot wider, we will see some things shake out because the original plot is so wide.
Let's go over to Sam
series.
Kirshner's
Oh,
screen
no,
where
Siri
he
thinks
does
I'm talking.
have that variability in there. He has that just like Tan and John. He's got that
We
trend
have-
of that.
A plot? It's looking good.
This is excellent. We got 3 contestants with the biggest elements on the board, it seems. He is messing around with the color. We will see if color is the thing that he wants to be messing around with 8 minutes and 3 seconds to go. 8 minutes, 3 seconds, contestants.
Have we seen a plot from Tan yet?
We saw the remnants of the variability. Look at this.
Ooh, Tan, looking good.
Wow, he has a lot of those elements on that plot. That oh wait, nope, that's the original. That's the original. Okay.
About to be real impressed. Wait a second.
Yep. But he is inspecting. I mean, look how big he's blown this plot up. And remember, we saw him do that at the beginning, zooming in really far just to make sure that he's getting all these elements accurate. Because at the end of the day, it is a replication of the data viz. And this is what he's got so far. Here we are with our contestant Julia, John Edwards. And John is, I mean, his plot is not only wide, but it is looking pretty good, Libby.
We're looking really good. I feel like in visual space, everything is in the right spot and that the tan bot's really going to like this one in the iteration that it's in.
Greg, who played in the first episode, he says, I'm playing along with this and I'm realizing that I'm not very good and messing with the background elements of the plot. So...
There's a balance. It's not all about the way that it looks. Dami got points in tonight's first round from the judges, from us, because we could tell that the size of her petals was based on the data, whereas some of the other contestants didn't have things sized particularly based on the data, even though they kind of looked good in visual space. So, you never know.
I'm trying to figure out how to increase the size of the X labels, and I'm failing miserably.
Oh no, Julia, don't do us like this. At least they're right though. They are tiny, but they're correct. Tan is in help docs right now. At the very last minute. This is really making me sweat, Tan.
1 minute left. Let's go over to John. John did find a way to make the text bigger on the x-axis, and it was a little too big. And now, he is so pumped that he actually matched up some of the sizing here. So that actually does look pretty good.
I am pumped for you, John. I'm impressed. I don't actually know how to get the annotation in the middle, and I wonder if that was added in post. The annotation with the little mid 50.
You could see some of that lines of code here for text, and I'm guessing this is XY string, and so I wonder if XY string is being echoed above a little more. Let's go over here to Sam Kirshner's screen. 10 seconds left. Sam is trying. It looks like he's gonna plot. He's trying to plot and run one more time here. Here it is.
I'm gonna call that that's okay because it did pop up.
He has a bunch of elements. He has a ton.
He ran it. He ran it before the time was up.
Okay.
It just took a while to run.
That's right. Okay, chat. This is exciting. They're trying to replicate this data visualization. This is the data viz they're trying to replicate. Data and weather in 2014. And so just remember, they're trying to replicate this one for one. There's this variability. There's this darker, maybe an inner quartile range of variability. There is this line plot, which is, I'm guessing, average trend for the day. There's even smaller details, like white grid lines on top of the elements that are actually data. So there's a ton of interesting different ways to do this. Let us take a look here. This is this someone from chat? Unofficial from chat. Okay, this is someone unofficial. This is Tan's. This is Tan's. Which has a good amount of those plots. It looks like different points here. The colors might be a little lighter than perhaps the original. Here is John's, similar color, the darker colors, but is it dark enough? Will it stand, the bot, will it stand up to us? Oh, here it is,
That's okay, it works.
Oh yes, here it is.
We got you.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna have chat. Okay, vote for the one you think replicated.
Are we allowed to vote for ourselves in the Twitch chat?
Yeah, you can vote for yourself. You are allowed to do that.
Just like a real election.
All right, chat. We have our vote. Chat, do you remember what the vote ended as? I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. I was like...
I think it was John got 8 votes, I had 7, Sam had 1.
Okay. So we'll put those in right now. Okay. Yeah, I thought he won by 1, and I didn't want to mess it up. Okay. Libby, would you like to let them know?
Absolutely, unless they were lip reading while we were on mute. All right, so our choices were swayed very similarly to the chat here, who was saying like, "Hey, Tan got those red and blue dots there," and that's what we went with for our number 1. Was Tan. Tan did get those red and blue dots for most of the right data points, but he also got a pretty good representation of the data overall. But Tan and John were so close. So John in second and Sam in third.
It is tied going into the Tantastic Viz Buzz bot. We will start with third place, Sam Kirshner. Sam Kirshner running the comparison. 81% similarity for Sam Kirshner.
Nice. See, that's pretty freaking good. We were saying general shape and white space
White
is important,
space.
and we do not lie.
No, that was absolutely true. This is John. John needs to beat 81% to have the lead.
John's shot at redemption, everybody.
John Edwards, 87%.
Ooh, Tanbot, by the way, behaving much more nicely now that Tan is competing. Coincidence?
Surprise? Here it is with Tan. Tan needs to be 87 to break this tie and win. If he
Greg in the chat says no one can touch my score. It's true.
if Tan scores below 87% similarity, John will win. Let's take a look. 84.8%!
Redemption is yours, John.
John actually pulls it out.
Let's
Oh
go!
my- Oh my
Let's go, John. You know what? John being the only Julia contestant and being not his first language, I guess bonus points.
Oh my goodness.
I cannot wait to blue sky about this.
That is crazy. Okay, these are the current standings. John ahead of the pack with 13, Tan with 11, and that tie for third between Avery and Dami is going to be pretty interesting going into week 2. So,
I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. And we got 6 different competitors next week.
My thoughts are that we're all sleeping on Julia because the speed at which John did that blew me away. I was really impressed. Also, I am left with a sense of it just being blown away by how beautiful Tan's coding style is. And overall, I think that both of our episodes today were amazing. If you guys missed episode 1, the drama with the tie, oh, you guys have got to definitely.
It was incredible.
You got to go watch that.
Both tonight and episode 1 were truly fantastic, and really tonight, it was such a hardcore data problem, it seemed. And they really like climbed to the top. So that was very impressive to see from all of them. I mean, 40 minutes is nothing to bat an eye at when you have to recreate like ultimately 5 different plots at one time.
Right. Yeah. Amazing.
Okay, chat. Well, that's it for us tonight. Libby, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight.